Hello YouTube. I'm continuing to work on my 1911, and in this video I'm going to be changing the grip to a bobtail cut. As you can see here, this is my original mainspring housing, and this is the Ed Brown mainspring housing that I got, and it has a bobtail on it, bobtail cut. So when it's in the gun, I would have to remove, see how much of a frame I'd have to remove to make it into this bobtail cut. And I think it's going to be really comfortable, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it. In order to do this cut, the mainspring pin hole needs to be re-drilled, and I got a jig for that. I've already got it secured in a vise, and I'll show you right now. Here's that jig that I got from Ed Brown. On this jig, it has the original pin hole basically, and the new one that needs to be drilled. So what the instructions say is to use a drill press and to basically position, secure this in a vise, the jig in a vise. Basically position your drill press bit so that you're perfectly centered on the hole that you need to drill in your gun, which I'm using my Dremel for basically, and I'll explain why I'm using my Dremel. Because I'm only going to use it as a centering kind of cut on the frame, and then I'm going to finish the drilling with just standard drill, power drill. So anyway, I found the center. My Dremel is centered pretty much on that hole, and what I'm going to do now is put my frame over the jig like so. I'll use my original pin for the, let me see, I can't see the hole. Okay, use my original pin just like that to hold it in place, and then I'm going to start marking basically the first hole that I'm going to drill. And what I'm going to do for this, and just make sure that this pin is all the way in. Hold on. There you go. So I'm going to turn on my Dremel and start marking where that hole should be. Okay, now I'm going to turn off my Dremel. I'm going to drift that pin out. Okay, I'm going to take the frame off, and just to make sure that nothing moved, I'm going to see if I'm still centered, and it looks like I'm pretty much where I was before. So now I have this mark on my frame, and I'm going to use a 5/32 drill bit to drill through the one layer of frame, just one side, and then I'm going to put the jig in and see if, or not the jig, but the actual beaver tail or bobtail bobtail mainspring housing, and see if it aligns. Well, I messed up pretty bad. Didn't actually drill correctly, so I had to widen the hole, so it looks kind of like garbage. But I'm going to proceed anyway and drill the second hole, and I'm going to do that through the provided bobtail, and the other side should come out much better. Okay, before drilling through the bobtail, I removed the mainspring, the plunger, and all of pretty much everything out of it, just so I don't damage that retaining plunger on the bottom that actually protrudes into the hole. Okay, so as you can see, the hole is horrible, but I've now placed the bobtail in, and I'm going to drill the other side right now. Okay, the other side came out perfect, so I'm going to test it for fit right now. There you go. So definitely looks much better on this side than on this side, but you know, I think I'll survive even with this nonsense. It'll be fine. Alright. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little scribe and just go along the edge of. So now I can start removing the extra metal in the frame. I'm just going to take the pin out and take the beaver tail or bobtail out. Alright, I've just used my handsaw to cut off the pieces of the frame, and I'm going to start filing them down to actual shape. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. May need to go a little bit lower. Okay, try again. Need to use that pin. Alright. As you can see, I'm getting very close on one side. I'm going to continue going until I match the shape exactly. Okay, got even closer. So now I'm going to work on the other side and try to get it to about the same level as I did this side, And then I'm going to start curving the frame over. Let's see how it looks. Okay. Where's that pin? There it is. Okay, let me show you on this side. You see how the frame is blending in nicely? So now I just need to finish it so that it meets the bobtail perfectly, and that's what I'm going to do. Right now. Just need to see where it's sticking out. Okay. I think I got a pretty good idea. What I don't want to do is sand over the bobtail because it's already nice. One last time, and then I'll move on to the other side. Okay, that's nice. Alright, I was wrong. I'm not gonna have to do a whole lot. This is nice as is already. Nothing is really sticking out. I'm not really catching anything, as at least my palm is not gonna feel it. So that's good. Now I need to do the other side. And just see how much I have left to remove on that side. Okay, that piece just needs to come out. It's begging to come out. So, where my bad hole is, let me flip you over. Alright, and I'm going to cut an opening as if I planned to do that, even though I didn't. So, but at this point I have no choice. It looks like garbage. Alright, so I've done what I could to kind of make this look better. The frame offers enough support as is, and the pin will never come out this way because the mainspring housing is on the rail, so it's not like it can pull out. But on this side, obviously, it's much better looking, and at this point, all I need to do is cut the grips to fit this shape, the new shape, basically. And that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, so what I can see here is that I want the grip to go basically this way. That's about the line that I wanted to follow, and then I'm also going to create an opening for the pin. So I'm going to go cut this grip, start shaping it because I need to do a slant on it, and I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done. Here's the initial cut. As you can see, I followed my angle pretty well. Now I'm just going to put a little slant on it, so it's not as rough or as protruding on this side. I'm going to use it by filing, or I'm going to do it by filing, so I'll show you what that looks like. Well, I actually made the other side cut as well, and sanded down the angle that I wanted to have on it. So now I'm going to finish it with, well, first I'm going to do the other side, and then I'm going to finish it with boiled linseed oil, and we'll see how that looks. Okay, so I also cut the openings for the around the pin hole, basically, and both sides are now ready to be finished. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and reassemble the pistol and show you what it looks like. Here's what the grips look like when boiled linseed oil was applied. So they look pretty good, almost like they were meant to be cut this way. So I'm pretty happy with this. Now it's on to reassembling the pistol. I actually found a problem with the mainspring housing that I got. So if I put this mainspring housing in and try to put the pin through, you see how my my grip safety, well, first of all, the housing doesn't move in far enough, and the grip safety is basically too long. So what I'm going to try and do is file probably the mainspring housing, just this edge, this top part, down a little bit, and see if I can make it fit better. Alright, I finished bobtailing my Springfield Armory 1911. I'm going to show you real quick how it came out. As you can see, everything turned out pretty good, except obviously for this hole that I messed up. So I just made it into a channel. It obviously doesn't look like the way it's supposed to, but it does the job, or it gets the job done. So I'm not as upset about it as I would have been if I ruined my pistol altogether. But it's actually not bad. Obviously, if you're gonna do this, be very careful. I would even recommend drilling a hole with a smaller bit, and then just making sure that it aligns with the other hole. Maybe at least you'll see that you've gotten close to one of the edges, and then open up the hole the rest of the way to conform to the 5/32 opening. But yeah, I'm pretty glad, and this was obviously a great learning experience. Also, take note of, remember how I said that the beaver tail and mainspring housing were not meeting all that well? Well, I filed down basically both of them a little bit and made them meet very nicely. So hope you can see that they meet very well now. I also increased the tension on the spring for the grip safety, so it's really nice now, very positive. I actually like it to be firmer. So yeah, it's not as sloppy anymore, or floppy anymore. It's really nice now. So this is another update, another modification to my Springfield Armory Mil Spec. Hope you enjoyed it.